Ted Roof, does he come back or does BV make a move in the offseason? I think um, this is just I haven't heard a whole lot on this lately. I think that there's wouldn't be surprised if he comes back in the same role that he was in this year. I would think I would be a little bit wouldn't be surprised, but I think he's probably still going to move to an analyst role, and Oklahoma will bring someone in. That's just my gut. Now, like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if he comes back and he's the same in the same role as he was previously. But I think there if you had to again, much like the Gabriel thing, if you had to ask me now, I think there's a decent chance that he's an analyst and Oklahoma brings someone in. Um, However, it just kind of depends on what guy's available. If Venables thinks that there's someone available that is going to be better than what Ted Roof has, I think Zach Arnett, who was the interim defensive coordinator at Mississippi State, was the guy that Oklahoma was looking at. Obviously, with him, with the unfortunate passing of Mike Leach and him, being elevated to that head coaching role there with Mississippi State, that's off the table. So I think it'll just depend on who's available there, but I wouldn't be surprised. I think I would lean towards him moving to an analyst position at Oklahoma, grabbing someone. Frank, thanks for joining. Thanks for the question. How soon do you think we will get to see Jackson Arnold in action? Um, I think the thing about it's very difficult to get on the field immediately as a true freshman. You look at some of the greats, even of recent miss history, I should say. Bryce Young redshirted, C.J. Stroud redshirted. You've got Caleb Williams, obviously, that was kind of forced into action midseason. I would say, well, I take that back. Not really forced into action, but he got an opportunity when Spencer Rattler wasn't performing at an extremely high level, and he kind of ran with it, right? I mean, you even have some guys in the NFL right now of recent history that weren't they didn't start their first game as a true freshman at quarterback. Now, I could see a situation where if Dylan Gabriel maybe struggles early on, then he gets an opportunity like midway through the season to kind of take that starting spot. But it'll be interesting to watch it play out. I think he is extremely ready. He's got the size, he's got the touch, he's got the ability to move. I think the one thing that you saw this year with Gabriel is he struggled between the numbers. In the middle of the field, overthrew a lot of things, just was inaccurate, bad decisions. He's elite outside the numbers, down the sidelines and things like that, but struggled a little bit. And so we'll see how that continues to go, if that's something he can get better at. But I wouldn't be surprised, Frank, if Jackson Arnold is the starter in Game 1 next year. But there's a lot of things that have to go well for him in terms of being able to kind of pick up the offense and do what Levy wants him to do, and understanding and being able to overtake a guy um, that's played 4 years of college football. So we'll see, but I think it's going to be a very interesting quarterback competition for sure. With all the safety talk, what's up with Robert Spears Jennings, local kid from BA, higher ranked 5-star? Okay, I mean the staff just loves RSJ. I think he's a guy that will absolutely get in the mix, and so I think it'll be just interesting to watch all of these kids that Oklahoma has signed with who Oklahoma has returning next year in the defensive backfield. I think it's particularly at safety, but I think it's as loaded as a defensive backfield as Oklahoma has had in a long, long time. So finding spots for some of those guys, some of them end up may moving the corner and things like that, and getting the best spot. But you think of, I mean, you've got Peyton Bowen, you've got Jacoby Johnson, you've got Makari Vickers, you've got Josiah Wagner. I know I'm missing. I'm just looking here at the list. I know I'm missing a um, couple here. Those are the guys that kind of came to mind: Makari Vickers, Jacoby Johnson, Josiah Wagner, and Peyton Bowen, of course. And you've got, as you mentioned, guys that the staff really likes. So it's a good problem to have. It's a problem that Oklahoma hasn't had a lot of in terms of just tons of talent in the secondary. And so, um, I mean, take this into consideration. Oklahoma's not Buki, I think, is Oklahoma's only defensive 5-star that they've had. Um, in the last 5-10 years. And so you've got two this year with Peyton Bowen and PJ Adibare. So I think you're seeing the influx of kind of talent from a recruiting perspective on the staff. And so, but yeah, we'll see. I mean, I think there's high hopes for RSJ as part of this team. Can Jaden Rowe get on the field? 6'3". We need a tall kid like that who jump. I think he absolutely can. Okay, I think he's a guy that the staff love, just raved about his speed, just raw. I mean, obviously, as you would expect coming in as a true freshman, really raw. I think they like what they have in him. The Oklahoma's processed quite a few kids this year. Talking about there's a lot of kids that Oklahoma just didn't really feel like Venables and staff didn't really feel like they were good enough to beat Oklahoma. And they've got some of these. Jaden Rowe was one of those kids that obviously was already committed to Oklahoma, but Oklahoma was able to solidify his commitment, and they like what they have there with Jaden Rowe. Absolutely. Yeah, Jacob. He did have a little bit of an injury last year, so I think he really Uh, I think he's a guy that's top 20 running back in the country. I think so. I think if he recovers from that really well, I think he has an opportunity to kind of get into that mix next year. Just fighting for opportunities. It's so. I mean, as you guys see, it's so hard for a true freshman to get on the field. But I think that the fact that he's a guy I believe is coming in early, with him coming in early gives him a fighting chance. I think you probably go in to spring. Obviously, you've got Javante Barnes, um, you've got Gavin Sawchuk as your two guys, obviously as young kids this year. But then you've got some other guys, Tyree Walker as well, that might get in the mix. And who's to say some others can't get in the mix as well? Robert, after Orange Bowl, yeah, I think so. I think that's a good point. Not specifically Clemson transfers, but I think I think there's a fair amount of transfers that Oklahoma is in. Let's just say there's conversations that will happen after these bowl games are over. So there's a few that Oklahoma's in on. There's a few that you've seen that's already committed to Oklahoma. Reggie Pearson was the latest one from Texas Tech. I believe Oklahoma has 4 transfers at this point right now that they've got with Dason McCullough, Austin Stogner, and Jacob Lacey, along with Pearson. So I think you'll see Oklahoma continue to be very active. Wouldn't be surprised, Robert. This is a number I've heard. I've not really heard any wavering of this. Wouldn't be surprised if you see Oklahoma get 20 to 25 transfers this year. Somewhere in that neighborhood, I think, is where they would like to be. And I think there's some that won't happen until after, certainly after the bowl games, but then there's some that will continue to happen, this week and leading up to some of those bowl games. Specifically when you think about a guy like Trace Ford. I think he is a guy that Oklahoma's in on. I think it's a little bit of a battle between Oklahoma and USC, like where Oklahoma's at really with that one as well. But yeah, Oklahoma. There's going to be whether it be Clemson or whether it be other guys that are interested, potentially interested in coming to Oklahoma. I think there's different discussions that are being had within the staff that maybe not necessarily were had last year, related to what kids they're willing to kind of go after, and what kids they're not.